ठीक है, जो उसको करता वो दरवाजा बंद कर दो।
बंद कर दिया आपने?
नहीं, मैं जॉस ऑन कर रहा हूँ ना।
अच्छा, उसमें नहीं कराए?
ठीक
है, ओपन करो फिर।
हुआ है कि नहीं हुआ है भाई जॉस? क्या हो गया? बोल के मीट पे करना।
मीट
हाँ ठीक है, रुको एक सेकंड। Very good morning to all of you. Can you hear me? Good morning to all of you. Can you hear me? नहीं हो रहा है क्या?
अनम्यूट हो गया। अनम्यूट कर दी सबको।
कर दो।
अनम्यूट कर दी क्या?
कर दो। हो गया ना? हो, माइक को ऑन कर दो।
किसका?
और सबको वेट हो गया।
क्या?
सबको म्यूट ऑन कर दो ना। म्यूटेड बोल रहा है।
अब देखो।
Can you hear me? Can you, any one of you can
म्यूट है वो बोल रहा है।
मेरा तो ऑन है, बाकी उनका
अनम्यूट हो रहा है।
ऑल म्यूटेड बोल रहा है।
म्यूटेड
मतलब सबको म्यूट कर दिया तुमने अभी। अब कुछ नहीं बोल रहा है। अब तो कुछ नहीं बोल रहा है। Can any one of you please switch on your mic and tell me whether you can hear me or not, so that we can begin. उसको बुला के लाओ।
कुछ नहीं करेगा, उसी निकाल के अनम्यूट। अब आया?
किसी की आवाज ही नहीं आ रही है। क्या बोल रहा है चार्ट में? चार्ट में क्या मैसेज?
और माइक आज नहीं।
और म्यूटेड ही बोल रहा है
आपका।
और म्यूट करोगे तो सबका म्यूट हो जाता है ना यार।
हाँ, तो वो अनम्यूट नहीं हुआ ना।
देखो अभी म्यूट हो गया ना। हाँ क्या हो रहा है?
बंद करके करो। बंद करके
ऑन करोगे? करो।
सिस्टम भी तो सारा
कौन सा
सारे स्टूडेंट
स्टूडेंट तो सब
सब
अनम्यूट
अनम्यूट ही रहेंगे ना.
कैन यू एबल टू हियर अस kindly unmute and say please kindly unmute and raise a hand. Yeah, kindly unmute and then kindly tell something. Yeah, but cannot unmute. Yes, we can hear you, but cannot unmute. Okay.
ये कहाँ से हो
They
गया?
could not able to. They could not able to speak. Only they have some control here. Then now you start. Then they will explain whatever they want to ask. Then they can.
ये सेटिंग कहाँ से कुछ अनम्यूट का नहीं है कहीं पे? म्यूट और या अनम्यूट और कुछ होता है ना?
इसमें होता है ना, ये इसे करना है.
कहाँ पे होता
यहाँ
है?
से तो नहीं है, यहाँ से
ये ऑल अनम्यूटेड.
ये रहा ना, ये तो नहीं है ना. ऑल अनम्यूट, ऑल म्यूटेड, अनम्यूट.
Okay, we can hear you करके बोल रहे हैं.
हाँ.
Okay, but they cannot able to speak ना.
हाँ, that is the problem.
हाँ.
ये हमारे यहाँ से कोई
ये क्या पता नहीं, यहाँ से हुआ.
म्यूट और ये कहाँ से? इस सेटिंग
Notification. Messages. 2 minutes ago. PM. Text message.
ओडी.
Yeah, they can वो है. Let's hold unmute to and
Call
then
control.
filter call control. This is okay यार.
नहीं, कोई स्विच ऑफ स्विच ऑन तो नहीं हो गया कहीं पे?
Host control. एक
होस्ट कंट्रोल पे देखो ना, वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ.
down there man. Okay.
हाँ,
Now please check it. Can you able to unmute yourself?
Yes, now we are getting you.
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry for the technical problem. Please, yeah, I'll hand over the session to Tata. Yeah, thank you very much.
रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है.
friends, can you hear me now, right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
Sorry for the technical inconvenience. Actually, there was some problem with the technology with the Google. Actually, all the people were muted. That's why actually we could not able to. I think you could able to hear us, but we could not able to hear you. That was the problem.
Exactly,
And
sir. No worries. These technical problems happen on Google Meet. These problems happen. No worries.
Yeah, this is the problem. By the way, how were last 2 days? Can you tell about the first 2 courses you had, right? Yesterday and day before yesterday. क्या हो रहा है? मीट खोलना.
Yes, sir. You asked us a question. Did you ask a question, sir?
Yeah, I was just saying that how were the last 2 days for MD 411 and 412? Did you all attend the previous 2 counseling sessions?
Sir, I'm Angela, so
Yes,
I
we
could not
did.
attend the first one because I had a
Okay.
technical problem on the first day, but yesterday I attended fully. It was a very wonderful experience and looking forward to session today and other days. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Wilson, you can proceed.
Well, I have managed to attend all 2 sessions.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's been quite a good experience so far.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm understanding most of the things through this counseling session. So looking forward to this one. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Then may I ask you some fundamental questions before beginning our counseling session formally on the third course, that is Learner Support Systems and Services. Is it for the first time that you have all enrolled for any kind of ODL programs, or did you have experience of ODL programs before joining this program? Can any one of you? Have you done any programs? Yes, you can proceed.
No, it's for me. It's my first time to have this type of a program, sir.
Okay. Anyone else who would like to share your experience, that whether you had attended or you have done any of your courses or programs through open and distance learning mode? Any one of you?
Sir, I sometimes do free courses on Open University, Open Learn, but they are free courses, short courses. So this one is the first time I'm doing a quite long one.
Okay, you are doing a quite long one, right? See, as in the induction program, I hope most of you have attended, and all of us were there, and in the beginning only you have been told about various things about the postgraduate diploma in distance education. This is the program for which you all have enrolled for, and here you were told about the program structure, the course structures, and the requirements, that how the assignments will be there. You have to do the assignments and submit them, and then you have to appear for the theory term and examinations at the last of the program, and based on that you will be given degree for the postgraduate diploma in distance education at the first year, completion of the first year. And if you continue the second year and complete the rest 5 courses, then you will be given the Master of Arts in Distance Education, the MDE degree, right? And as you all are aware, that this master's degree, 2 years degree program has 10 courses, and each 5 courses in first year and 5 courses in second year. In that sense, in the first year that we have the 2 counseling sessions you had yesterday and day before yesterday for the courses MDE 411, that is Growth and Philosophy of Distance Education, and yesterday was MDE 412, that was on Instructional Design. And now today we are having the third counseling session, and this is the first one for the course MDE 413, that is on Learner Support Systems and Services. And tomorrow you will be having a session for the 4th course, that is MDE 414, Management of Distance Education. And on Friday you will be having the first counseling session for the course MDE 518, that is Educational Communication Technologies. Okay, and as you have been told that the courses, as the courses are divided into blocks, and each block is divided again into the units, and the units are again divided into the sections and subsections, okay, content wise. Along with that, what else are there? And may I know, before proceeding further, have you seen the course materials for this course MDE 413 Learner Support Systems and Services? Have any one of you? Yeah, can you please switch off? Can you please mute your mic? Can you please mute your mic?
Hello. Hello, good morning.
Abubakar Tahir, please,
Good morning.
Abu Bakar ji, Abu
I'm
Bakar,
hearing
can
you.
you please mute
I'm
your
hearing you,
mic?
sir. My name, I'm Abubakar Tahir, my name. I was from Nigeria.
Your mic was on. That's why. Please respond to my question. Have any one of you have seen the course materials of learner support systems and services for the course MD 413?
Yes.
You have seen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who else have seen?
Hello.
I've also seen.
Yeah, tell me.
I've also
I
seen it.
have seen.
Okay, you have seen it. Just I will request you to those who have not seen the materials, you please go after this class or after this counseling session. You may visit to the site and see the course materials for the course MDE 413, that is on learner support systems and services. As I said in the introductory session also, this is one of the interesting courses of the first year, as such we can say, because this is the most interesting and the most easiest course also in that sense. Okay, in open and distance learning system, as you have all enrolled for and you would like to make your careers and do some professional courses under that, we can say that definitely this course will help you to build yourselves as a good professional in open and distance learning system, as a good educator, as a good counselor, as a good support service provider also. Because in this course, those who have seen, they must have seen that there are 5 blocks, and the 5 blocks are again divided into different units, and altogether we can say that this course is dedicated towards the support services that have to be provided to the students or the learners who have enrolled for any kind of get enrolled for any kind of programs or courses in open and distance education system as such. Okay, and the way in the introductory class you all had were coming up with many kind of queries that how long, what will be the duration of this program, where you can submit your assignments, and how the examinations will be taken place, and what are the courses that you have to study, what are the units that you have to study, how those units will be means beneficial for you, or how the counselings will take place, and who will take the counseling sessions. Such type of many queries always come to the minds of the learners. Okay, whenever that any student or any learner gets admitted to any of the academic programs, even prior to that, before admission or during the admission or during pursuing any program, or at the completion or after the completion of the programs also, the learners we having many queries in their mind, that what benefit they will get, whether the degrees are valid internationally or not, where these degrees will be applicable, and what kind of jobs or employment facilities they will get after doing these programs. These kind of many more questions generally come to the minds of the learners. Okay, uh, to address all these things and to provide or to create a supportive environment for the learners or for the students of various programs or courses that are being offered by the open and distance learning institutions, they need some kind of services or the facilities or the systems that have to be created by them. Okay, and based on those support services or those support systems only, this course is designed or this course is based upon. And as I said in the beginning, this will be very interesting and very easy one. I think if you go and read the materials provided in the course materials in the self-learning material form, that will be self-explanatory and a very easy way they have written. The language is also very simple, and you yourself can read and get many things in those materials. And my request to all of you is that before coming to the counseling session or for the attending the classes or the contact classes or these kind of sessions, maybe next time we will be having another session for this course on 8th of February. So I request you all to please kindly read the materials and come with your own understanding and own queries, so that rather than me talking for 1 hour or 2 hours at a time, if you can come up with your own queries, then your queries we can discuss and on and proceed further also. That is one way of the counseling, and that should be the real practice, and that should be the real motto of our counseling sessions. Because if I will go on talking and go on explaining each and every concept that has been dealt in the course material, that may or may not be relevant for you. But if you go through the units and if you go through the materials, and wherever you get stuck or whatever queries come to your mind after going through the materials, if you can raise those problems in the counseling sessions and discuss those things with me during this 1 hour or 2 hours time, whatever the time schedule has been given for this course, then that will be more meaningful. And with this, can I ask you if you have any specific questions or queries about this course, or tell me, any one of you? Yes, can you hear me? Yes,
Yes.
Maurice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are hearing you. Sure. Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you have any particular queries or doubts, then you can. Yeah, Churia, you can go on and you can speak. Yes, you can unmute and.
No. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, your voice is not clear.
It was an accident,
Yes.
but
Okay,
sir,
I think there is some problem.
I please request that maybe you could give us some bit of introduction
Yeah.
to the block. Yeah, could give us some introductory.
Okay, yeah, get the concepts. Yeah, Angela Ram Sundar. Yeah, you can proceed. Yes. Anyone who would like to share, you can unmute and speak.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, I was
Yeah.
on mute. So I wanted to ask a question. If we could know which unit for next week we could read, so we can prepare ourselves for the questions we have to ask.
Okay.
If you could tell us which units from which blocks and a few of them, so that we have time during this week to read them. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, what I will do is that today we will talk about the first 2 units of the first block, that is learner support and introduction. That is the first block which I am going to share with you also within another 5 minutes. And today we will be talking about the unit 1 and 2, and tomorrow in the next class on 8th of February, we can talk about the unit 3 and 4 of the first block, that is institutional models and arrangements and developing a self-directed learning. Okay, this week, starting from today till 8th of Feb, you can go through the first block 4 units, and you may ask questions from the first block also, from any of the units that you would like to discuss on 8th February also, so that we can cover the first block by 8th of February. That's what I have planned. I think I'm clear enough that this week you should study the first block, all the 4 units, and today I will be discussing the first units, and on 8th of Feb I will be discussing the unit 3 and 4. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else who would like to? Okay. Then I will do one thing. Then I will. Okay, then present. Close करो. Present now. Enter screen. Desktop. PPT open करो. Block 1.
शेयर करो.
नहीं, PPT ओपन करके फिर शेयर.
अभी कुछ
डेस्कटॉप में है.
You are present your screen. तो कोई घूमने लगे.
डेस्कटॉप में है. ब्लॉक MDE 413 ब्लॉक 1 करके खुल गया. खुल रहा है कि नहीं? डेस्कटॉप में मिल गया.
नहीं, ये यहाँ से खुल के जाता है ना, बस थोड़ी हो जाएगा वहाँ पे. डेस्कटॉप पे कहाँ पे?
डेस्कटॉप में MDE 413
ब्लॉक 1
यूनिट 1 एंड 2 वही वाला. खोलो. PPT खोल दो ना. खुल गया.
नहीं खुल रहा है. खुल रहा है.
क्या परमिशन दे रहा है?
स्टॉप प्रेजेंटेशन कर दो.
क्यों स्टॉप करो?
दोबारा से करता हूँ.
अरे एक काम करो ना, पहले PPT खोल दो. नहीं तो खोल दिया तो फिर अभी एंटर्स के प्रेजेंट नाम में जाओ. एंटर स्क्रीन. फिर शेयर नाउ ना. शेयर पे ना. हाँ करो शेयर. Can you see my presentation now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we are able to see it.
Okay. Slides में है या minimize है? अभी हो गया ना. बंद कर. Now is it full screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
See, as you can see, yeah, this is the title of the course, Learner Support Systems and Services. Okay, and this is, as I said, the third course of the first year that we are going to discuss today. Then as I was saying that the objectives or the what are the broad goal or aim of this course is that the basic principles and methods of learner support that we will discuss in this course. Then the what is the significance or importance or utility of these kind of support services that we are talking for the learners and for the institutional point of view, what are their significance and importance, that we will talk upon. And then how the support services and the systems stand, and whether they are the subsystem of any open and distance learning system or not, and what is their requirement, and how these things are being planned, or how these services are being set up by the open and distance education institutions. All these things will be discussed in this course. Then how to organize the counseling services, tutoring services, how to provide library support and information support, or how to provide the administrative support services. These all things will be discussed under this course in different units. Then about the assessment and evaluation services also, because assessment and evaluation also an important part of the support services that we are talking about. And in the last block, that is on in the fifth block, we will be talking about the management, that how the management of these support services can be ensured by any ODL institutions. That also we will talk about and we will cover in this course. Okay, these are the broad course objectives that we are talking about. Okay, then as I was saying in the beginning, that the block 1, that is on learner support and an introduction. Okay, under that block we will be having 4 units again, the theoretical aspects, then basic issues, then the institutional models and arrangements, and the last unit is dedicated to the towards the open and distance learning system and developing a self-directed learning. Similarly, the second block is dedicated to the development of various skills, because in open and distance education system all the learners are adult learners, and they have they have a variety of differences also. So starting from the demographic, socio-economic, educational, and all kinds of variations are there. For them, actually, how to develop skills among them, that is more important, and to keep their motivation towards their studies. For that, actually some sort of skills are required. For example, reading skills, writing skills, study skills, time management skills, stress management skills, communication skills, then problem solving skills, cognitive skills. All these skills we can talk about, and we can discuss in block 2. And then as I said, that block 3 is dedicated towards the counseling services and tutoring services, how to organize the counseling sessions, and what exactly counseling means, and how what kind of counseling are there, and how to proceed about the counselings, and who can be the counselors, and what should be the then what could be the Okay. Okay. Then can you see the slide?
Yes.
Okay. Then
Yes.
yeah. Actually, few people wanted to come into the meeting. That's why actually I had to admit them, and my PowerPoint was open. That's why I had to take that time off. The block 4 is all about the students' performance and assessment system, we can say. Okay. And where we are talking about the grading, marking, and what can be the evaluation support services and who provide them, and how the support services for the evaluation point of view are being provided, how this can be maintained, how they can be provided at the doorsteps of the learners. These are the things which we will be talking about, and what can be the tutor's role in doing the continuous assessment, in doing the assignment evaluation, and how to provide the comments to the learners so that their learning can be reformed or improved in terms of formative assessment and all. We can talk about different kinds of assessment and all in that block. And then as I said, the block 5 is dedicated towards the management of support services, where we can talk about the learners expectations, and then learners dropout, attrition, how to monitor the learners progress, and how and including various management issues related to the information and library services, and then the data management, and other quite a many issues have been dealt in block 5 also. Then yeah, then now we can talk about block 1, that is learner support systems approach. Okay. And in the unit 2, so about some basic issues, the first 2 units we will be talking today, and the rest 2 units, unit 3, institutional arrangements and models, and developing a self-directed learning, the last 2 units we will be talking on 8th of February in broad. Okay. Now today we will restrict ourselves only for the first 2 units, along with the kind of general queries that you have in your mind. Okay. Then about this block, we can say that as I said, already explained, that this block is talking about the need and significance of support services, and how these support services are related to the other components of ODL system, and what are the theoretical background of these support services, and where they do stand, and what can be the basic principles on which these support services lie, and what can be the institutional structure, and what should be the support services models. Those things can be adopted by the open and distance education systems, and who are the adult learners, what are their characteristics, and how to promote the self-directed learning. These all things we will be dealing in this block. Okay. Okay. Before proceeding and before discussing the open and distance learning system, just one thing I would like to say, that in between, whenever you feel like asking me any question or any query, or if you would like to share or add or give any observation or anything else, you can straight away unmute yourself and intervene and stop me, and you can share your views. You are always welcome to speak in between. Also, you can stop me and you can ask me a question. Okay. Is this way okay for you?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
sir.
okay.
Okay. Till now, do you have anything that you would like to know, or should I proceed?
No, sir.
You can proceed, sir. That's
No, I have
good.
a question, sir.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me.
I have a question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, my question is, what about the lecture notes? I think this is light that
Yeah. This is the.
is it a slide?
Yeah.
This
This is the.
lecture material.
Yeah. Then what exactly you would like to know?
So what I want to know is, how are you going to maybe download the course material?
How you will go through the course materials, right?
Yes. Yes.
See, the course materials are already available in the e-Gyan course of IGNO website. If you visit www.igno.ac.in, on that you will get e-Gyan course, and under that if you go through the MDE program and PGDDE, then you can get the course material right over there. And even the LMS and the eVidyavarti platform, you have you been given the LMS user ID password to
Yes, I'm already on the portal.
you are
on the portal.
okay, you are already on the portal. Then you must have seen the course materials are uploaded along with some videos and all in the learning management system. Have you seen?
Yes, I'm already go through them.
Okay.
So what
See,
okay.
Yeah, tell me.
I should continue.
Yeah, you should continue.
Yeah. So what? And I have a friend which is he study at MSc, and that's distance learning education. But
Okay.
the courses are the same. So I don't know what is different between that PGDDE and that MCA in distance education, MSc in distance education. I think the course material are the same or it is different.
No, see, the postgraduate diploma in distance education is related to the distance education as a discipline. Okay, here
Okay.
the courses, as we have said, that the courses and the titles and the subject and discipline, the knowledge, the skills, all are different. Okay, and the program, if I heard rightly, then you said that MCA, is it MCA?
Yes. Yes.
MCA means Masters in Computer Application, right? And
Okay.
if it
Yes.
is the Masters in Computer Application, that is again a master's degree program, and that is quite different program that is being offered by School of Computer and Information Sciences of IGNO, and that is more related to the technology and the computer application. Okay, there
Okay.
the course objectives, the courses, the again it's totally a different program, and their skills, their knowledge, their everything is different, and there may be one or two points, those must be matching with some of the features of this program, but totally that's a different program and different objectives and different target group also. Okay, and yeah, what I could know from your question is that you must have seen the course materials, the pattern may be the same, that you need if you be open the course materials, you must have seen that unit structure, then introduction, then learning outcomes, then section wise materials, then check your progress questions, and then references and answers to check your progress questions, glossary, all these kind of headings you must have seen, and you are saying that these are the same, but this is not we can say that the pattern or the framework or the template may be the same, but under that the content, the other skills, knowledge components, and other things are quite different, and both the things are largely are different things. Okay, I think I am clear.
Okay. Yes, I clear, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Friends, we are talking about the open and distance learning system. Okay, here what happens is that in open and distance learning system, generally we focus on the course materials or the self-learning course materials, we can say. And here we say that all the learners are adult learners, they are the matured learners, they can do their independent studies, they can uh, can you mute yourself? Yeah. Then they can study on their own and all things. But the course materials or the self-learning materials are one of the important aspects or one of the important side of the open and distance learning system as such, we can say. Then we can talk about the media and technology. Whenever we talk about open and distance learning system, we generally focus on the kind of media, the kind of information and communication technology that we refer. And we say that in open and distance learning system, the institutions generally use more information and communication technologies like the radio, the broadcast television, then the audio video facilities, and the email, online charts, wikis, and quite many things that we are talking about in terms of technology. Those are being used by the open and distance learning institutions as well as the learners. In this way, the media and technology is also a broad part of the open and distance learning system. Then delivery of academic programs, as just before discussing this slide, we were talking about the MCA program and the MADE program, MA in distance education, and similarly quite many academic programs are being offered in open and distance learning education systems. Those may be the general programs, professional programs, graduate, undergraduate, and for various levels also the programs are being provided, and various types of programs, some programs engineering, technology, the medical programs, and and many practical based programs are also being provided. These are also one of the important aspects of open and distance learning system. Then the learner support services that as we have been discussing for last half an hour, that what can be the support services starting from the admission till the completion of any academic programs or any academic courses. The learners need a number of services and facilities to pursue any course or program, and these all services form the learner support services or systems, we can say. Then evaluation support, yes, that is again a quite important aspect of any educational institution, that wherever the students or the learners get enrolled and they pursue and they go through certain academic programs and courses, definitely the assessment and evaluation services are also a vital aspect or vital in that sense, and we can say that that also constitute one of the pillars of any educational institution. These are the main aspects of open and distance learning system. Then we can talk about learner support services as a subsystem of ODL system, because whenever we talk about learner support systems and services, this has relation with all the other components that we have discussed till now. That may be course material, that may be media and technology, that may be evaluation, that may be the learner characteristics, anything you can refer in open and distance learning, and that has to be related with the learner support systems or the services, we can say. Then we can talk about the components of learner support systems and services that we will be talking. then what can be the support services, and how these can be differentiated in terms of academic support services, then administrative support services, then evaluation support services. Okay, these are the broadly main aspects that we will be discussing one after the other very quickly. Okay. Then when we talk about the components of learner support systems and services, learner support services, we can say that it starts from the course materials, because in open and distance learning system we generally in terms of ODL institutions provide the self learning course materials, where the primary support is being provided to the learners, because the teachers are already inbuilt into the materials. Because in open and distance education system, the very obstacle or the shortcoming that we can easily find out is that the physical distance between the learners and the teachers of the institution, because as the learners are staying away and they are doing their own studies, they don't get enough time to meet with their teachers and visit the institutions as generally the students do in conventional or regular education institutions. That is the main obstacle, and to bridge that gap of the teachers or the institutions, generally the teachers are inbuilt into the course materials, and the primary support is being given under the course materials, because the materials are written in such a way that the learners can feel the presence of a teacher. Prakash, admit karna. Yeah, that we can admit. Escape मत करो ना.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. I want to say something, sir, about that
Yeah.
slide.
Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, please, can you share the slide with us, or we should download the slide?
I will be sharing the recording of this session with you, and I can share the slides also with you. Okay. I will see whether if I have the email IDs of all of you, then definitely I will send the PPTs to you, and even I will try to upload the recording of this session also in the LMS, so that you can see the slides also. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I should send you my email, or you will check it by yourself?
I will check it, and maybe in the next class on 8th February, by that time I will try to get all the email IDs of all of you. If I can get, I will definitely send the PPTs. Otherwise, on 8th of Feb, I will ask you to share your email IDs on my personal ID, so that I can provide you all the details. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Then. Yeah, primary support being provided in the study materials, that is one thing we were talking about. Then audio video programs, that I've already talked, that in terms of media and technology, along with the study materials, the ODL institutions provide the supplementary materials or the complementary materials, we can say, that now with the emerging technologies, we can integrate the audio video component into the self-learning materials, we can straight away give the hyperlinks and the QR codes also in between of the study materials, from where the learners can link to the audio and video materials. They can listen, or they can visualize the materials, and again they can come back to their studies while pursuing or while going through the study materials. Then face-to-face interaction, as we are doing now, that though we are doing it online, but now you can talk to me or I can talk to you. You can raise your queries, I can get your queries cleared, and we can exchange our feelings, we can exchange our thoughts also in this contact, in through these contact programs. These are the things actually are possible with the kind of technology. And if we even face to face also, we can say that if I would have been in Africa in some of the study centers or regional centers of any ODL institution, then we would have meet in face-to-face mode also. Because as in the introductory class, one of our professors, he was saying that earlier there was a provision that the faculty from IGNOU used to visit to different countries of Africa, and they used to do face-to-face counseling for the students also. That is the kind of face-to-face counseling and sessions we are talking about and referring about. Then counseling support, yes, we have then the library support, because in open and distance learning institutions, generally all the institutions provide library support, maybe at the headquarter or at the regional center or at the study center level, and where the learners are being given access for all kinds of services, from where they can look the audio video programs, where they can have access to the reference materials, textbooks, and different project reports, theses, and all kinds of documents that are being available in the library. And nowadays the online library e-resources are also there, and the students can be given e-access to the journals, books, and other materials from by sitting at home only. They can visit the online libraries and access the study materials. Yeah, then assignment and feedback, because through assignments only the two-way communication takes place in open and distance learning system, where for example, if you submit your assignment responses to us, and after going through the assignment responses, if we feel like that you need some improvement in one of the questions, in some of the questions, and where you lack some skills or some information, or how you should build your responses, and any constructive comments that we can provide to you, that would be very helpful for the learners also, because that will give them platform to improve further and to prepare for the term and examination point of view also. This is the assignment feedback we are talking about. Then we can talk about the academic support services. Academic, when we talk about the academic services, yeah, how to proceed with the study materials, and how they can, because when I was discussing about the study materials, then I said that in the units we have provided you the structure, the sections, subsections, learning outcomes, and the check your progress questions, and even the glossary are being given in the hard copy of the materials. If you get chance to see, then you can see that on the left hand side the margins also have been provided, where the learners or the students can jot down the important points after going through the material, and they can write the self-check exercise answers as per the questions given inside the units in the space given then and there, and they can match their answers with the possible answers or model answers that have been provided at the end of the course materials also. These are the then another thing, academic support, when we talk about that, only course materials, will they be enough to write the assignment responses? That may not be sufficient. For that, the learners may need some counseling or some tutoring services also. Okay. Yeah, and then the students may be having different queries, that if they get stuck with any concept or any practical questions or any skill related problems, then where to approach, whom to approach, how they can clear their queries and doubts related to the course content. All these come under the academic support. Okay. If the language problem is there for any learner, or then if they have any family problems or any other schedule kind of activities or employment problems, okay, then even related to the practicals and the study centers, regional centers, okay, then about the study patterns, the time adjustment, about the conceptual clarity, many things come into the picture when the learners get enrolled for any kind of academic programs or would like to pursue the programs. Then they may come across, I have quoted few of the problems, but similarly if you see that as learners, they may be having many kind of problems and many kind of queries in their mind when they begin their studies. Then these problems related to the course content or the academic work can be called as academic support services, or the services which really cater to these kind of needs may be specified as the academic support services. Then administrative support services, as you all know, that the kind of administrative support, that what should be, what will be the fee for the program, then where the prospectus and other details will be made available, where one has to submit the assignments, and how the addresses or the personal details can be changed, how to get the certificates, how to do the credit transfer, how, these are the examples which I'm saying. But like this, there may be many things which come under the administrative procedures and administrative support that a learner can seek during his or her pursuance of any program. Okay. Whether the admission takes place throughout the year, or only for one cycle or two cycles, or when the admission starts, and what will be the last date for admission, or when will be the last date for submission of the assignments, all these things come under the administrative support. Then even yeah, even any ODL institutions, if they conduct any sort of face-to-face counseling and online counseling programs, then what will be the specific requirements, and if these are the face-to-face programs, then will the learners get the boarding lodging facilities, and what they have to carry, where they have to reach, and at what time they have to reach. All these things come under the administrative support, and these things should be very clear and meticulously planned by the ODL institutions, and should reach to the learners well in advance and on their demand also. Yeah. Then we can talk that if we are talking about the support services, the academic support, the administrative support, and all these support services, then what are the principles or on which these support services should be based on? Okay. Then the publicity and advocacy. Okay. Timely dissemination of information, as I said, that if your counseling schedule has to be for example, we are saying that today we are having the counseling session. If you would not have been provided the counseling schedule before, and if you would not have the information about today's counseling session, is it possible for you to join this program? No, you would have missed the program altogether, we can say. For that, actually, timely dissemination of information and other things, for example, the Google Meet link, the course materials, the videos, the assignments, and all these things should reach to the students on time, and they should be well informed in advance that what are the audio video programs available, and what are when the counseling sessions will be taken place, and when they have to submit the assignments, and to whom they have to submit the assignment, and when the term and examinations will be conducted. These are the things, those have to be communicated to the learners. Then if at all any program guides or project guides or any such materials are available, if the courses are related to the practical or laboratory based courses, then the laboratory guidelines or the project guidelines must be provided to the learners. These all are the principles on which actually are yeah. Then there should be networking of internal and external institutions to provide the feedback to the learners. These all become more important, and there should be the grievance system has to be developed by the institutions. For example, at IGNO, we have the diagram system where the learners can put their queries and raise their problems and register their complaints, and that is a portal created for the learners, and those complaints are being tackled by the specific staff and dedicated staff who have been given the responsibility to see into the problems of the learners and get them cleared on timely basis. These are the things, and we can talk about when we talk really about the principles on which these support services are based. Then the coordination between the course development, the material development, then the counseling session, then the evaluation, then all these, as we see that beginning from the admission till the exit or completion of the programs, whatever activities are there, all the activities are interrelated, and there should be proper coordination among the administrative staff, among the academic staff, among the institutions and various wings, various course coordinators, counselors, tutors, all the human resources you can talk about, and even the structures also. There should be proper coordination and linkage also, and all should be aware of the kind of things and the activities that are being going on. Yeah. Then we can talk about the guidance services of ODL. Then we can guide the students that how they can self-evaluate, or how do they can self-evaluate themselves, and they should have self-confidence, build self-confidence to complete the programs. Yeah, and then if they have any aim or course objectives, then how they can proceed and how they can achieve these aims and objectives, those can be clearly dealt by the teachers and the ODL institutions. and the information on various programs are also very much required, and development of skills, as I said in the beginning, that the study skills, cognitive skills, writing skills, reading skills, how those can be inculcated among the learners also becomes more important. Then how to prepare the learners to proceed further with their courses and complete the programs as such, how they can prepare themselves well in advance, and how they can write assignments, how they will appear the term and examination. These things have to be guided, and these things have to be spoken out, or these things have to be maybe planned by the ODL institutions and by the service providers beforehand. And at the end of the program, or at the end of the completion of the courses, even the institutions can plan for the employment facilities, or they can have some placement facilities or placement cells in the institutions, so that the learners can get opportunities for the placement or employment also. Okay, then now we can talk about the relationship between the ODL and the other institutions as such. Okay, now first we can talk about the learners and LSS. Then because here in open and distance learning system, the learners are more important in terms of the learner support services. Okay, then how the course materials are related to the learners, that is also we have talked upon and we have touched upon. Then media and technology and LSS, that also I have been emphasizing upon. Then delivery of courses and programs, that also we have talked much about that. Then evaluation and LSS, these also we have touched upon. Okay, see, just before going into the theoretical thing, I would like to say that when we talk about the learners and LSS and the course materials and LSS, because learner in open and distance learning system, we say that this system is totally learner centered. Okay, here the learners have been given much importance and or the utmost importance, and they should be given also, because their requirements are the real requirements, and their administrative requirements, their academic requirements, their every kind of requirements or queries should be addressed by the open and distance learning system in terms of their course materials, in terms of their audio video materials, and in terms of their support wings being created by them. Everywhere, whatever queries they can anticipate from the institutional point of view, or after getting the queries from the learners, each query has to be addressed independently, and then only the institutions can be able to provide individualized and need based, we can say, that programs and the services for all kinds of learners. These learners may be very heterogeneous, as I said. There may be age differences, there may be geographical and regional differences, there may be social differences, there may be economically some learners may be very deprived, and some may be very rich, and some may be from the lower middle class or upper middle class families, and they may or may not be able to meet even the requirements, the minimum financial requirements to pursue the program, or they may or may not be having sufficient financial facilities to purchase some books and reference materials and all, and they may or may not be able to reach to the practical laboratories and all. These all may be the learner differences, but the institution should be in a position to address the basic requirements of all the learners. Okay, and now we can talk about the theoretical consideration, whoever may be the different philosophers who have talked upon the learner support services and the educational theories, if we see the cognitivists or the behavioralists or the other philosophers and other educational scientists, all have agreed that learner support systems and services have an immense role to play in any educational institution. That may be the face-to-face or regular mode, or that may be in open and distance education learning mode also, but they have an important role to play. That's what actually we say. And human touch to the learning materials is also guided, independent, and instructions should be provided to the learners. Then we can talk about the homework education also. Okay, then independent study, the autonomous study, various forms of study. We can talk about the different learning styles we can refer. Okay, the possibility of guided didactic learning. Okay, then if we talk about the Stuart's philosophy and his sayings about the learner support services, then we can talk about the contact with the institution and the learners also. Then how the peer group interaction can be taken place, and all these things also we can talk about. Okay, guidance activities and even motivation and different kinds of methods to develop the skills, these are more important also. The factors determining the LSS, actually what are the factors that determine the learner support services? If we talk about, then it definitely, as we have been discussing about the learners, then definitely the learner's background is utmost important, and that determines the kind of learner support services that an ODL institution provides. Then nature of instructional strategies, because how the instruction has been provided in terms of the course materials, audio, video, media, technology, all this also matters a lot. Course related factors also becomes more important, where the courses may be theoretical or practical based, or some courses may have project components, some courses may have journal, portfolio, rubrics, all these kind of things also may be there. So accordingly, the support services have to be planned by the ODL institutions as such. Then the learners support background as such, if we talk about attendance, friends, is it okay till now? Are you listening?
Yes, sir, we are listening. Thank you.
Is it interesting or boring?
Interesting.
Oh, no, it's very interesting, sir.
Interesting.
In fact, I'm speaking only for myself, but I did not have time to read lots of materials. But through your lecture, I'm getting lots of incentive to read my materials tonight. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, as I said, this is the most interesting and easiest course among all the courses. Okay, and as a learner, as a student, whatever you feel like, that issue has been addressed in this course, because how the institution should behave, and how the teachers should behave, and how the counselors have to get to the learners, and what are the learners and what can be their queries. See, these are the things which have been discussed in this course, and how the learners have been given much importance, and how their queries can be taken into consideration, how to build the learner-centered system of education in the countries, and through open and distance learning system. That is the real motto of this course, and those things have been discussed.
Sir, can I ask you a question in the meantime? Can
Yeah.
I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Yes. Do we need to know in details the different theoretical framework of learner? Do we need to read further on them?
See, as theoretically, you may not need go into the details. Okay, only one section has been dedicated in the first unit itself about the theoretical framework of learner support services. Okay,
yes,
that is enough for the examination and assignment point of view. But if
All
you
right.
would like to study deep into the system and would like to understand more about the theoretical aspects, then definitely you are most welcome. You can refer to the reference materials and read more on this aspect. But as I said, that the theoretical aspects are very clear, that it may be regular face-to-face mode, ODL mode, or blended mode, or online education, whatever the institutions or platforms will be there, but the services will be required by the learners, and these all the philosophical backgrounds, all the philosophical aspects of the theories have been agreed that these are the things are exactly yeah. Can you? Yeah, you can see my slide, right?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet.
Yes, sir.
Now?
No.
No. Can you see now?
Not yet, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No.
Cool.
Not yet. It's not
Slide so नहीं हो रहा है.
showing. It's not showing.
आपने वो किया ना. Just give me 1 second. Can you see now?
No.
No. We cannot see.
Just a minute. Can you see now?
No.
No.
Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yes.
No, we cannot see them.
You can't see it yet.
No.
We can't see it yet, sir.
We can't see it.
Now can you see?
No, sir.
No.
We cannot see it.
So I think it has come up.
Now it is. Now you can see, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Now,
Okay. Now you can see. Then now you can see learner's background.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We were talking
Yes, sir.
about the learner's background. Okay. See, these are the things, if you can read that what the learners exactly feel. Okay. These are the general queries or general characteristics of any learners of any educational institution. Okay, and these things should be taken care of by any educational institution if they give enrollment to these kind of learners. Okay, then now the whatever we were discussing till now, these were under the unit 1. Now slightly we are proceeding towards the unit 2, and unit 2 is easier than unit 1, and here we can talk about the significance of the learner support. Then why exactly we need learner support, that is what we have been discussing since 1 hour, that to keep or to sustain their motivation, to increase their socialization or teamwork, or to give ample academic opportunities to the students or the learners. Okay, these are the things for which generally we say that the learner support services are much important, because all the learners may not be the same. Some may do their own studies and they may need less support, but some learners may be there who may be needing who may need some administrative support or academic support or some financial support to pursue their programs. Okay, then when we talk about the significance or need, then definitely we can talk about the learner based requirements. Okay, course based requirements, then or learning motivation. Learner based requirements we have already talked about. Even we can talk about the learner based requirements or during various stages also, but the course based requirements, when we talk about as I have been discussing that how what will be the assignments constitute of in terms of weightage, and where they can get their assignment questions, and the assignment questions should be answered in how many words, and how they can respond to a particular question in the assignment, and how the practical works have to be done. All these things are course based requirements. Learner based, that may be administrative or academic or personal also. And again, the sustenance of the motivation of the learners, that also varies from the learner to learner, depending on their own personal and social or economic problems. Then when we talk about the stages, then as learners or as the beginners, we can think of different stages also, because when the learners think to join or get enroll themselves for any kind of program, then they may need certain services which are called as the pre-entry stage, or we can say that before admission also they may need certain services. Similarly, while pursuing any course or program, they may need certain services, that is during the course, and even after the completion of the program also they may need certain services, that about the placement or about new courses or about more higher education programs which they can pursue after doing certain courses or programs. These may be dealt under the post completion stage or after completion of the program. Okay, these are the things. Yeah, when we talk about the before entry, as I said, these are the things, if you can read, that the course fee, methods of teaching, entry requirements, study materials, recognition of degrees, reimbursement of fees, institutions and their credibility, Okay, employment opportunities, and these are the queries generally have. If you recall the introductory session of that day, many of you had also queries on the similar grounds, that how you can proceed further for the second year, and when the exams will be happening, and how to submit the assignments, and there are many queries of similar kind which I have jotted down here also at the pre-entry stage also. Okay, then during course, as I have already explained, that how to distribute the materials on timely basis, then um, yeah, I'm making library facilities, then about the counseling sessions, and all, as I have already told you. Then timely declaration of results. Okay, even time to time encouragement, and being in touch with the learners, whether they are studying or not, whether they are facing any problems, or to
Excuse, sir.
keep their motivation high. Yeah.
Excuse, sir, I have a question from the
Yeah,
above
yeah,
slide. Well, you are talking about cost fee.
okay, okay.
You are talking about cost
Pardon?
fee. Course fee. Course fee.
Course fee.
Yes.
Course fee.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you like to know?
So, sir, I want to understand. I didn't understand. I want to know more about that course fee.
Okay, about course
the
fee.
cost? Yes.
See, when I have mentioned a course fee, that means as a learner, when one would like to take admission in any program, then first thing a learner would like to know that what is the fee structure, what is the admission fee for the course, and where to deposit, how those fee can be deposited, whether that has to be deposited on semester basis or yearly basis. Okay, these are the things generally the learners would like to know about the programs, about the course fee, whether the reimbursement will be there or not, or whether they will get any scholarships or for getting that fee or not. These are the things generally the learners would like to know about the course fee. I think I'm clear.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. You are clear, sir.
Yeah, I'm not talking only about the course fee that you have paid or your country has paid, or for pursuing this MDE program or PGDD. I'm talking about the general fee for any learner. If anyone would like to enroll for any programs through ODL institutions, the first thing comes into the minds of any learners is that what will be the fee, and how those fee can be paid, and all these things, as I said.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We were discussing about the during the course stage, then timely declaration of results. Being getting in or keeping in contact with the learners and motivating them towards their studies. These are the things which are important during the course stage. Okay, then support services after the completion stage, then declaration of the results.
Sir.
Okay,
Another question, sir. Sir, another
yeah,
question,
are you saying something?
Yes, from the above slides, sir.
Okay.
You are talking about that practical aspect.
I couldn't get you. Can you explain it?
Yes, from the above slides.
Yeah.
So I see there is something you are talking about, something practicals.
Yeah, practicals.
Yes. So for
yeah.
those that are not...
See, during the course means when you are pursuing the course. For example, you have enrolled for July 2022 and you may be appearing the final examination in June 2023. Okay. Or December 2023, whatever the institutions will decide. But during this period, if for example, if you have any practicals or any lab related activities, in the PGDD or MDE program, you are not having such kind of things. But for the learners who are pursuing the science programs, for example, any medical programs or BSc, MSc programs, or any science-based courses programs, or any mathematical course-based programs, then the students may be having some lab activities also. Okay, and for them, where they will go and how they can conduct their lab activities, these requirements, these things have to be dealt by the ODL institutions and the services division in total. That's what I was talking about during the course stage. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We are talking about the post completion. Then idea. Communication of final results, and then advice on the career advancement, and even we can talk about the placement and other facilities also after the completion of the program stage. When we talk about, these are the mainly 3 stages when learners need support services. Those can be divided into 3 types. Okay, which we have pre-entry, during the course, and post completion stage. Then to provide the learner support services, what are the major considerations that the institution should take into consideration, or should plan for, and should be taken for planning the things? Then we can say that learner characteristics, that is the most important thing, as we have been discussing. Then course objectives, because it depends on the course and program objectives, that how the programs or the courses have been designed, and what would really they would like to achieve, and what are the requirements they are having. Accordingly, the services can be planned by the institutions. And then the physical resources, because any institution, educational institution, depends on the physical resources to cater to the needs of the learners. Then human resources, as you all will agree with me, that the teachers, counselors, or the administrative staff, or the library staff, or whoever may be the human resources, the technical staff and all, these come under the human resources. The institutional support and guidelines, because the learners have to be given the institutional support also, means the administrative support, and time to time the guidelines or the instructions and all these things. And then external factors will be there, that we will be discussing. And then the inter-institutional coordination, that may be intra and inter also, because whenever the ODL institutions plan for any services, they have to make it sure that there is proper coordination among all the departments, all the wings of that institution, and even if required, they have to plan, or they have to coordinate with other institutions also, to provide better services to their learners. Okay. Then when we talk about the physical resources, as I said, the classroom, reading room, laboratory, reading room, internet connectivity, audio visual rooms. Okay, these are the physical resources we are referring, or we are talking about, because every institution have to make sure that these are the facilities and these are the physical resources which should be made available for the learners also. Then institutional support and guidelines, when we talk about, then when we will discuss unit 3 and 4 next week, then we can talk about the study center and regional center. But just now I will be very brief in explaining about the institutional structure, because here in IGNOU we have the 3-tier system: headquarter, regional centers, and study centers. In some of the ODL institutions, they are having only 2-tier system, only headquarter and study center. But whatever we call the program study centers or learner support centers and the contact centers, whatever the institutions call the grassroots level centers, those are directly related to the learners. Okay. Work centers where the learners and others are employed, and where they have to go and do the practicals and other things. Okay. These all we can discuss while discussing the third unit as such, because the regional centers have different role and functions, the study centers have different role and functions, because to maintain the learners and to maintain the courses and programs of any institution, all have the specific role and functions also. In study centers are the first contact points where the learners visit and do complete their admission process, and this even submit their assignments, and the counseling also takes place at the study center level. Similarly, the regional centers have to work as a bridge between the study centers and the headquarters, and they have to monitor the study centers, and they have to maintain the admission data and other assignment records and all the learners all together, we can say. Similarly, the functions of these study centers or regional centers may be different as such. Okay. Then when we talk about the external factors, generally workplace or learning on demand. Okay. These matters a lot, because some of the learners they may need certain services or certain facilities, maybe due to their personal reasons, or due to their physical abilities or disabilities or some other problems, but the institutions have to plan the individualized and need-based services, so that they can cater to the needs of these kind of learners also. Then the institutional coordination. Okay. When I was talking about the institutional coordination and support, that I was talking about the intra-institutional and inter-institutional. Okay. But under that point, these are the things which we should cover, and we should discuss about based upon the importance of the learner support. Because knowledge and expertise, if any institution would like to share the faculties from institution to institution, or they would like to take the faculty of other institutions for their own courses and programs, that they can plan also accordingly. Okay. Then infrastructure, for example, the ODL institutions may not be having the full-time lab facilities and all. If they would tie up with the regular mode of institutions for providing the lab facilities to their science programs or other programs, then that can be worked out by the institutions. Then the human resources, as I said, that the study center coordinators, co-coordinators, counselors, and other support staff, they may be employed somewhere else, but they may be given extra responsibility, or they can be used as resources for the open educational institutions to cater the services also. These are the things mainly we can talk about. The collaboration, when we talk about among the institutions, that the areas I have listed here, that where the institutional collaboration are also possible in terms of advertisement, certification, curriculum design, two or three institutions come together and design the curriculum for the programs which are on demand also. They can share their course materials, they can exchange their faculty, they can exchange their resources to provide better services to the learners also. Then term and evaluation also, evaluation, because the answer scripts they can send to the other institution, or the other institution can send answer scripts and conduct examinations for the learners of the partner institutions. Similarly, the collaborations can be planned and made in various ways. We can say that even the library facilities and services resources can be shared with other institutions and their learners also. But the institutions have to come and make a memorandum of understanding with the institutions, and they should be very clear that how they are going to collaborate with other institutions to provide better services, and to what extent and to whom. All these things have to be spelled very clearly by the institutions, and accordingly they should sign the MOUs, and they should plan the activities and services to cater to the needs of the learners. Then then we can talk about the special support services for the special learners, like students with disabilities, or the students, the girl students, or the students with we can say that at-risk learners. And there may be different types of learners. Some learners may be having vision problems, some may be having speech impairment, some may be having some locomotor disability, or they may not be able to move here and there, or these kind of problems may be with the learners. But that doesn't mean that the institutions should deprive them from getting education, or they can deny them for giving admission. Rather, they should come ahead and create the facilities or the services which are very inclusive in nature, and which should be the institutions should be in a position to meet all the requirements of all kinds of learners, irrespective of their needs and problems. For visually impaired learners, what they can do, they can provide the screen reading software, or they can provide some technological support. Similarly, the scholarships or financial assistance may be provided to the persons who are having hearing impairment, to use sign language interpreters and all. And if they are conducting examinations, they can conduct the examinations for the persons with the disabilities on the ground floor, so that they don't need to climb any steps and all. And they may provide some extra time or time breaks for the learners with disabilities. These kind of accommodative and inclusive support services can be planned for. Then they should provide one-to-one counseling, or based on their own requirements, and positive and constructive feedback should be provided to the learners. Okay. And if they are not able to come to the institutions or contact classes, then personal telephonic counseling or teleconferencing or other media may be used for counseling purpose. These are the kind of inclusive services an institution can plan for. And these are the things. Friends, I think we have completed 2 units. Okay. And now if you have any queries, then quickly you can ask. Otherwise, I think we have already covered the 2 units, and the time is also off. If you have any queries, please let me know. Otherwise, we can wind up the session, and we can meet on 8th Feb.
I have a question.
Yeah, pardon?
All right. My question is: it's possible that maybe during this lecture we might have missed some content
Uh,
apart from using email to contact you. Are there some other means? For example, making a phone call at the opportune time to have some clear information on the thing that we have missed.
See, in the LMS, we will upload the recording of these counseling sessions. Okay, you can access the recordings of these sessions whenever you get time. That is one way. And you just go through the course materials, and whenever you come for the contact classes, and if not possible on 8th Feb for this course, if you can join us on 15th February, again we are having a session for this course. Then if you come with your queries and doubts, then we can do that. And yes, in LMS also there is a provision that you can leave your queries and doubts there also, so that we can respond. And definitely the email IDs are there, you can write to us also.
All right, thank you.
Okay. Friends, this is all about today's session. We have covered the first 2 units of the first block, and on 8th February we will be talking about the unit 3 and 4. My request to all of you will be, please go through the course materials and come prepared with your queries and doubts, so that we can have more fruitful time. And with this, if you permit, can we wind up and close this session?
No problem. Let's go ahead.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have
Thank
a
you.
good
How did you
evening.
have you enjoyed the session or felt bored?
Very, very
We have
interesting,
enjoyed
sir.
it.
Okay.
Interesting.
Thank you for motivating us.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Bye.
Thank
Okay,
you.
sir.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Tun goma aka laifin gaban namun ce sai yanzu